Ferrari arrived in Miami believing this would be the weekend that changed everything. Instead, it may have exposed how far behind the team really is. After 5 weeks waiting for the fourth round of the 2026 Formula One season, Maranello expected its massive upgrade package to close the gap to Mercedes. What actually happened was far more alarming. McLaren took another step forward, Red Bull came back stronger, and Ferrari left Florida with more doubts than answers. Through the opening races of the year, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc looked like the only real threat to George Russell and Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Ferrari was not dominant, but it was close enough to fight. In Australia, Leclerc briefly led the race before finishing third. In China, Hamilton secured his first podium in red, even if he still could not truly challenge Mercedes. There was frustration, but also hope that the SF26 simply needed time. Then Suzuka changed the mood completely. McLaren suddenly looked alive again, proving its reliability problems were temporary rather than fatal. By Miami, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri arrived with 7 upgrades and immediately delivered a sprint race 1-2. Ferrari answered with an even bigger package, 11 updates across the front wing, suspension, floor, diffuser, rear section and the famous revised Macarena wing. On paper, it looked aggressive. On track, it looked insufficient. And this is where the situation becomes serious. Ferrari improved, but everyone around them improved more. That's the real issue. Max Verstappen suddenly put the Red Bull back on the front row, while McLaren established itself as a genuine second force behind Mercedes. Ferrari's reaction package, which was supposed to restart the season, instead created a dangerous new reality. Expectations inside Maranello may now be higher than the actual performance of the car. The numbers from Sunday were brutal. Leclerc's race pace was 0.54 seconds per lap slower than Antonelli, who became the reference point in Miami. Hamilton lost even more time after floor damage caused by contact with Franco Colapinto at the start, dropping nearly 1 second per lap. That changes everything. Ferrari now faces 3 weeks before Canada, trying to understand which part of its huge update package failed to deliver. Hamilton already pointed toward one possible problem, the front wing. "Just look at the other cars and compare with ours," he said. "There are differences." He admitted it may not be the only issue, but openly questioned why rival teams seem to understand that area much better. Mercedes, McLaren, and especially Red Bull have developed stronger integration between the front wing and end plate, improving airflow before it even reaches the floor. Ferrari's solution, by comparison, now looks simpler and less connected. But aerodynamics are not the only concern growing inside the garage. Ferrari is also losing the engine battle. Hamilton admitted the team is desperately in need of power unit development because Red Bull and Mercedes hold a significant advantage. Even Ferrari's old strength during race starts has disappeared after McLaren learned how to optimize Mercedes' software systems. The Scuderia can sometimes grab track position early, as Leclerc did in Miami, but it no longer has the pace to stay there. Now Ferrari enters the Canadian Grand Prix under real pressure. The team still believes the SF26 has strong aerodynamic potential, but belief alone will not save the season. The upcoming FIA Duo opportunities may become crucial if Ferrari wants to reduce the growing gap to Mercedes and Red Bull power. Because if the next upgrades fail again, Ferrari risks becoming trapped by its own promises, a team that expected to fight for victories but is now fighting just to avoid falling further behind. And it may not stop here. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.